First of all, we'd like to welcome everyone to the new time slot. All right, 10 to 12 Eastern, 7 to 9 Pacific. What's going on, everybody out there all across the land? Of course, you're tuned into the number one station on the net, Hotline Radio. This is the Keith Harris Show, and of course, what's going on, everybody out there all across the land? Of course, you know you're tuned into the number one show on the net, the Keith Harris Show, and I am your guy, Keith Harris. Now, listen, this segment, I want to call it epic, and I'm going to call it unforgettable. I have done over 100 and some segments and episodes with a lot of people in the film industry, and none, I have to say, none will compare to this memorable moment right here tonight that we are about to have. I am joined and honored to have with us tonight the cast of what I like to call the hit cable series, Surviving the Undead. How are you guys? Wonderful, wonderful. So everybody, I guess give a wave in the camera to everybody out there. Listen, I know so many people are excited and they've been watching the show, watching you all play characters and kind of wanting to get to know you. I know everybody has favorites of you all, okay, as well. So, first of all, how about everybody just take a quick run around the room and just give their names and what role they played in the show.
My name is Angie. I'm Angie Braley, and I fed everybody and ran sound and made sure everybody got food in their bellies and they were kept happy.
My mom did most of it.
Okay, I'm sorry, Taylor.
I'm Paul, and I was a zombie, and my basement was also the bomb shelter.
I'm Taylor. I played Natty Baker, and I'm the one who died in episode 6, which I did not like.
I'm Brienne, and I played Katie.
I'm Taylor Leonard, and I'm co-creator of Surviving the Undead.
I'm Nathaniel, I played Jeremy.
Sean, I was a zombie and played an FBI agent in the last episode.
I go by Solo the Beat Man, did the scoring for it, also played Ernest, and helped out with sound a little bit as well.
I'm Sarah, I'm the assistant director.
My name's Tucker Bensel, I played FBI agent Maru.
And I'm Justin Towers, and I played FBI agent Burke.
All right. And of course, there are a few people that weren't able to make it tonight, but we want to send a special shout out to all of them as well. Now, listen, I'm going to start out by saying, first of all, crew members and all of you guys who did a wonderful job in contributing into making this show such a success. Everyone wants to thank you for doing that first and foremost. All right. Next of all, I've got to ask, how are you all really familiar with doing film or television shows in the first place? Because you all did an excellent job. You seem like pros.
I mean, a little.
I have no idea.
Raise your hand if you've never had any experience.
TV wise.
Wow.
Yeah, not TV wise. But...
Holy cow. Listen, what about you, Natty? Is this your first time doing a show?
Yes. I did not know you were talking to me.
He called you Natty.
Yeah.
Well, how was I supposed to know?
Because you're Natty.
You know what? And I tell you guys what, sometimes I like to do that because I know everyone, I guess, is so in love with your character roles. And I have fun with it too, so that's why I kind of go by your character names, but we'll go back and forth. Listen, and when I ask these questions, just feel free. Whoever wants to answer, jump in as you feel like, whether you're a zombie, whether you're an FBI agent, whoever it is. Did you all see this show becoming as successful and people being as receptive and loving it as much as they did you all kind of see it coming, or was it unexpected?
I saw it coming.
I saw it getting pretty big, but I didn't expect it to get quite as big as it did get, because we're a pretty small town, but a lot of us have connections that spread it nationwide. So it's like I've got half of my family out on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, so they share it with all their friends out there.
Right. You know what? I want to say to you all. That's one of the things I was telling Todd. That one of the other things that I really liked about this show is that you could tell that there was the community effect. You could tell that there was the home feeling. There's not a lot of egos, and big heads within this group. Everybody just has a genuine, just a genuine kindness. And so for you all to go out there and do such a great job was awesome. And also to include the people from your town like they did. I want to ask this question to a few of the zombies. How was it? How was it walking around just kind of going,
It was fun.
Yeah.
I think they scared a few passersby while they were out there.
It'd be fun to do it on a daily basis.
Well, yeah.
Tell them about the alley, Sean.
We had a couple people walk down the alley we were filming that would look at us and then turn around and walk away.
Because
Just
they
a little nervous.
didn't know that you guys were actually filming.
No.
Holy cow.
We even had a cop.
We scared some. And we had
We had a cop come down.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can only imagine that. Listen. Kate. All right.
Katie.
We actually just got one more zombie to show up here.
What should I say?
We got one more zombie in here.
He's the second tallest.
Actually, this is.
Right. How was it for you?
It was a new experience for me.
Yeah. You enjoyed it, obviously.
I did.
He laid on the ground a lot.
I laid on the ground a lot, had a lot of sleepless weekends.
If I'm not mistaken, he was killed a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy died more than once.
And he's the guy that got married.
Me.
Let me ask you guys about the
Bill and I
makeup.
both did, yeah.
Okay, about the makeup. Just getting prepared to be zombies. How was that? Who did the makeup on the zombies?
I don't remember his name, but he works at Taco Bell.
Yeah, his name is Nicholas Hillman. I'll jump in here real quick. His name is Nicholas Hillman. He couldn't be with us here tonight. He is actually a high school kid that got a hold of me. I know his dad. I've known his dad for quite a few years, and somebody recommended him, and he jumped in and took control of the situation, man. And he had one day that we had almost 100 zombies, and by himself and a young girl named Summer Henderson, literally in about an hour and a half, by themselves knocked out almost 100 zombies.
Wow.
Yeah. So Nicholas, if anything, Nicholas needs a round of applause for doing.
Mine.
Absolutely.
And
Now, Jeremy, Nathaniel, however. So what was this like for you? Is your experience in this? I mean, how did you prepare to just come into work and be able to play that role? How was the transformation for you going into character?
The only instance that I guess had to transform for a character was the last episode that I played in. Other than that, it was mostly off the cuff, because Todd's an awesome director, in which case he'll give you the general idea of what he wants you to do, but he won't give you the details.
Right.
Such as he wanted me to play Jeremy, and he said there was this weird thing between Jeremy and Katie. It's like, okay, that's totally cool. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, Katie's played by my daughter, he says at the audition. It's like, okay. It's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm totally, don't worry, just act it out. It's like,
Tell him why. Tell him why you're freaking out, because I don't think Keith knows the age thing.
So he says his daughter's playing Katie. I'm like, all right, cool. That caught me by surprise. It's like, oh yeah, she's 14. Oh, I'm 26. Yeah, that
but
was a
you
little
look like
awkward.
you look like you're 18.
I know. But pretty much there wasn't a whole lot of adapting to it. A lot of it was just Todd. I mean, he gave great direction. If you did something wrong or something that he didn't quite like, he made redoing scenes or getting the scene just right a lot easier than other directors I've heard of. So I think Todd also should get a round of applause for making this a fun film.
What you deserve.
Now, Jeremy, because listen, you guys characters. Now I want to ask you, Jeremy, were you the guy who was supposed to catch Natty when she was coming off the roof?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Right.
This is why no one
I've
likes
got
you.
a bone to pick with you. What happened, my man? What?
Two big zombies got in the way.
Yeah, the zombies kind of came through, forced me back, and then, I mean, Sierra and E just had to jump in and save me. I mean, I was trying to get to Natty, but it wasn't working out to the best of my ability.
Oh man, I know there were certain people that the viewers were kind of upset with. Were you one of them?
Yeah, I was upset about it.
That was a tough day.
Oh man.
It was all your fault, Tom.
That was one of my favorite
It was
parts.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
No. That was the worst day for me.
No, me and Billy were the ones that got a hold of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the migraine.
Yeah.
Well, that was the one thing, Keith, that Billy and Sean, raise your hands, guys, so everybody knows. They're the ones actually. They had kind of been with us since the beginning, and they had really stepped up. And since Taylor knew them from them being here pretty much almost every weekend when we shot, I put Sean and Billy and a couple of the other zombies who had been around quite a bit kind of in charge of taking her off the roof. That way it was people that she could trust and people that she knew, and she knew that they weren't going to let her fall.
They were also my favorite zombies.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to ask you, Natty, were you really afraid being eaten by all those zombies like that?
Yes, not really, but I knew it was fake. I just got afraid for a minute. I'm like, okay.
Watching her come down off of that roof
Made her tear up.
I was running sound that day, and it was really hard to sit there and watch, this innocent fall down in this. I mean, even though you knew it was fake, it was so real, and she did such a great job at being so scared. And of course, Nathaniel or Jeremy did a great job at being so angry at not being able to get to her. It was pretty emotional. It was a rough day.
We had to cut a couple times because you could not stop crying.
Yeah.
I'm a little emotional, Keith, sometimes.
You know what? I think a lot of people, even the people who watched that episode, I think everybody was going through some emotions that day. I contacted Todd right after I watched it and was like, Todd, what in the world is let's just see. And listen, Katie, Brianne, you were such a strong character. You were a strong individual. You played a strong role in that. Do you just kind of have a tough side to you, or because listen, I saw you holding that gun.
You're not supposed to hold guns.
Kind of looked like you knew what you was doing there.
I don't know exactly. I don't know. It was really, really hard because I couldn't hold the gun up very well. It was really heavy. And so during the whole thing I was like shaking because I couldn't keep my arm up. And I guess that kind of added to it because it just looked like I was shaking out of anger.
Wow. And at the end, again, because on the season finale, when you and your sister, when that foul Agent Reynolds, okay.
He's really not that bad behind the camera.
Well, I know, but like, how did you manage to put so much emotion into playing your character, especially at the end when you guys got shot like that. Where did you pull that from? Even the crying, how did you do that?
I had to take a break from everybody, and me and Kiara, the girl who plays Deb, we had to kind of walk away from everybody, and we kind of sat together and just had to, it took a while to build it up, because we've had to do that for all of our emotional scenes, really, where we just have to sit away from everybody and just really like think about things that just pull that emotion out of us. It was actually pretty hard to get all of those tears out. That was
And I gave him the time to do that too, Keith. That was one thing that I always tried to do when anybody had any kind of emotion. I gave them the time that they needed.
Yeah, because you guys did some wonderful crying. I've seen people who have been in this business for years, and they cannot pull tears like that.
It was actually scary. A part of it was really it was actual fear, because looking up and seeing them standing over you with guns pointed at you was actually really terrifying.
Right.
It was really scary. So that was half of it.
Well, you know, that's when you guys know that you are shooting really good scenes. When you can actually go into the scene and it almost seems real life, real time for you, then that's big. Now, E, of course, E, one of my favorite characters. You're the cool dude. You know, the laid back kind of guy. It seems like you're a cool dude just the same way in regular life off the camera. What was it like you?
He said he wanted some.
He said, say that again, Natty.
He said he wanted some and he ate some.
I ate some of E's Twinkies.
We all ate some of E's Twinkies.
I respect it. I didn't get his Twinkies.
What was it like for you, man? How, was it difficult for you going into character, or was it just kind of normal for you?
It actually really came natural. I just did what I did. And the character, myself in real life, yeah, we can kind of relate on the chill side, laid back, kind of listening more than talking. The movie itself, the TV show, it let me intertwine the visual part with the audio part that I already have a lot of experience in. So it was a real cool experience, and I'm ready to do some more.
I know that's right. The scores that you guys worked on, was that music? Listen, because that was amazing. Like I'm listening to these songs during the show, and I'm just bobbing my head like, wow, these are pretty much hits. A lot of bass and stuff. And were some of your songs already completed before the show, or did you just kind of do the songs according to the series?
According to the series. The one song that was completed before the show was the Zombie on Hook, the one that played at the end credits. That one was actually, it was pretty much planned out, I guess, during filming of episode 1, the very first day. Got with one of the zombies, who was actually one of the other artists on it, Louis Lux. And from there, we got it complete in about a week and had it over to Todd's, ready to go for episode 1 and thereon.
Wow. Now, I want to come back to the zombies in a second, but let's talk with the FBI agents, the detectives for a minute. How did you all feel having to kill off everybody like that?
Yeah, Bert.
And any of you guys just want to shoot Reynolds?
Yeah, he's the innocent. He didn't have to do any of the dirty work like I had to.
Yeah, you had to. You chose it.
Yeah, it is true. I did choose it. A lot of the scenes where I killed people were actually written for Jose. So, and me and him would just talk in a scene, and he's just like, dude, you're so much more hardcore than me. You get these.
And you know what? And I like the role and the style that you had too, E, because you were cool at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You weren't like you weren't a geeky agent. You weren't a goofy agent. You were just kind of cool. But I will say, Serena put a whooping on you.
That was a lot of fun, and that's probably the only way I'll ever let that happen. But yeah, that was probably one of my favorite days shooting, was that fight scene, because we only worked on it for about an hour before that shoot, and that was like 5 days before we actually did the filming for it. So a lot of it was just off the cuff and remembering what we had tried.
Well, and Serena owns a martial arts studio, so it was kind of cool. They were able to really get in there and really do some good teamwork with that, and so that was kind of fun.
And I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you guys are
I
still
noticed
making
that
it
too
up as
because
well.
I was watching the fight scenes and I saw some of those moves. I'm like, wait a minute, this looks a little too straightforward and professional kind of,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a ninja.
She is absolutely a ninja. She's bad.
I think
Wow.
And she did that injured too. She
Yeah.
had slipped and fell at work
That day.
the day before and injured her tailbone. So all of her leg kicks and stuff like that were putting some serious strain on her.
Wow. Holy wow. Yeah, she looked like she was ready for you guys to bust up in the house though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, okay, the zombies. Listen, you guys had a great time. I'm sure you all are ready to do this again, and I want to ask is without giving too much away, we all want a season 2. Can we expect that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's going to be amazing. Listen, for everybody, for you two that are in school, okay, Natty and Katie, what's it like? Like, has the popularity meter gone up when you guys are already popular before then?
No, not really. I just have random people run up to me at school. Like, there was this one kid that I have never even seen before that ran up to me and like grabbed my shoulders and was like, "Is the scientist good or bad?" I was like, "What?" And he's like, "No, tell me, is the scientist good or bad? I have to know." I was like, "I can't really tell you that." And he's like, "Yes, you can." I'm like, "No, I can't." He's just like, "Ugh." He throws his hands up and stomps away. I'm like, "What?" What just happened? I have like people looking at me from down the hall. They're just like, "What's going on? What is he talking about?" I'm like,
Wow.
Yeah, everyone at school is starting to call me Natty now because they've seen my show and I'm like, just, can you stop? I just don't want to remember that. Just calm down, okay?
Wow. Now, okay, how talking to the creator over here. Well, I'm sorry, what's your name again, huh?
Taylor?
Taylor.
Say it again.
Taylor?
Okay, Taylor. All right, you're so quiet. You created this like amazing blow up of a show. Listen, for you, what was it like creating something like this? Did you have it in mind at first? You knew that this was going to be such a big deal, or?
I had no idea. Me and my brother Jaden were just hanging out one day and made a YouTube channel. So we were kind of just doing it like calmly. We didn't think it would go anywhere. So it's kind of amazing how far it's gone.
Well, it definitely went somewhere.
Yeah. It's crazy to see how like Todd has taken something that we were just doing for fun and changed it to where it really is like making a difference in people's lives. Like there's people that are really passionate about it, and that's awesome.
Well, yeah, it is, and Todd and I were talking earlier, and one of the other things that I think is so special about this show is that it really showed how people can work together. It was a personable show. There was emotion between family members. There was emotions between people who knew each other. There had to be that trust element. There was that betrayal element, and so I think it was great in that right because it could touch people at home. Some people could be thinking, well, probably look at one of their relatives and go, well, do you love me that much? You know what I'm saying? Or would you do that for me? So you guys really did that. Did a good job in that. Now, what? And this is a bit of a crazy question, but if you guys could, let's say this was real life. Let's say hypothetically this was like really happening, right? Okay.
I'm going with Sean.
what would you guys have done anything differently?
Oh, when I came back to life.
There's
many
no
times.
answer to that.
I would have chosen better hiding places. Especially with Kiera.
I would have kicked the zombie's butt.
And you know that rightfully you should. And I think a lot of people would agree that you should just come back and resurrect from somewhere.
That's what you were saying earlier, Keith.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, what, you know, how long have you all, I know a few of you know each other, but just have quite a few of you met each other since this show has been being shot?
No.
Nope.
I knew
Since the
nobody.
show's been shot, yes.
I worked with Paul at a movie theater in town almost 10 years ago. That was the only interaction that I've had with anybody.
I have not met any of these people. Not even one of them.
I worked with Todd like, what, 5 times?
Mm-hmm.
6 times?
Yeah, Sarah's been part of a crew on almost every project I've done in like the last 5 years.
Right, okay. Now, with everybody being from the same town, I gotta ask you, and you all can kind of answer this individually, what are the family members saying? Because I know this is an exciting thing when they get to sit down and watch you guys on television like that. What are some of the reactions you get from home, from the brothers, the sisters, the kids, the parents, or whoever? Yeah, let's hear from you. I haven't heard from you yet.
Alright, well, my family has definitely gotten really into it. They're always asking when the next episode's gonna be on, and they're always trying to sit down and watch it and make sure that they're always watching it and keeping up with it. And so it's definitely, because like my family doesn't do that with TV, and so it's definitely made a huge change kind of in their habits, I guess, because they've been trying to keep up on it, and yeah.
Do they tell you? I bet when you get ready to go to work to shoot the show, do they tell you be careful, like all parents?
They actually don't. They're kind of just like, just don't get hurt, but just do you.
Hey, and enjoy it. What about everybody else? What are some of the other reactions that you all are getting at home?
Well, Angie's my mom and Brienne's my little sister and Todd's my dad, so it's kind of like I've like grown accustomed to Todd doing movies, and my great grandparents watch it every week. Like they get really excited.
90 years old, Keith. 90 years
They're
old.
always asking me about it. It's really funny. But I mean, out of all of Todd's like projects, this is by far the best.
I think Tay's family had a party every weekend, was it?
Taylor?
My family was all like, "Oh my gosh, she's on TV!" And on episode 6, my dad teared up a little. He's all like, "Oh my gosh, my daughter's on TV and dying." And my mother's all like, when I got done, she's like, "Yay, my daughter gets her life back." Instead of just doing movies.
It's a lot of commitment. I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, Todd's my husband, and I'm used to his craziness and, you know, go all the time. But this was a whole lot more than I thought it was going to be. It started out, it's only going to be about 6 weeks, and then it turned into
6 months.
about 6 months.
It looks like it might be time to do it again.
Not in my house.
No one in her house.
No, the Baker house is closed.
So, you know, and let me get a reaction from one more person just about. Now, let me ask you all this: how is it watching yourselves?
Do any of you watch yourselves?
I hate it so much.
I'm my hardest critic. I know that much. I nitpick myself to death when I watch the show.
I don't like it because I'm all like, we already did this. Why am I watching myself? Because I already know what I did, so.
That's my excuse. I was there. I know what happened. I don't need to watch it.
Brianna, go to her room. I mean,
I don't
wouldn't
like
watch
watching
it.
myself in anything because I just pick out everything that I did wrong and like, oh, that could have been better. Oh my gosh, I could have been way more enthusiastic about that, and it just I can't.
That's
myself.
that's what I did when it first came on. Everybody was all like, "Oh, her first show is coming on. I'm so excited." And I'm like, "Forget about it. I'm going up in my room," and I watched half of it because I'm all like, "Okay, this is me on TV." Just forget about it.
I'm actually about to go back this week and binge watch it.
Okay,
Yes.
talking to an FBI agent.
Hey,
back
Keith.
Next to E.
Hey, he was actually saying something.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm about ready to just go back and watch the whole thing on YouTube, binge watch it again.
Hey, we're doing a binge watch party here, right, Todd?
Yeah, yeah, with 100 zombies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hot.
Hey, let me ask this question. Does everybody know, excuse me, does anybody have plans of what they're going to be for Halloween now?
Celebrate Halloween.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, let's go as our character.
No.
Let's go as our characters.
I'm going as Jeremy.
Everybody
No one will.
They'll be all like,
You know, and I guess this is so basically what was everybody kind of tell me what was your most memorable experience filming this, whether it was together or just your own separate moment. What was the most fun about this to you? We'll start. Yeah, go ahead.
To be honest with you, every bit of it was my favorite. I really looked forward to coming in and working with everybody. It was just a blast.
And now our weekends are like, now what do we do?
I sleep on the weekends now.
I'm struggling to find something to do on the weekends now.
They just
I'm
blew
all
up
like-
Facebook Messenger.
I need to go to Todd's house, and I'm like, wait.
Look, I know that's right. After having as much fun on a set like this, do you think you'll be able to going back to finding something normal to do until you guys start shooting season 2, or?
No.
No.
I sleep all the time now.
I get to sleep in.
I'm
now.
catching up on all my hours at work that I missed out on over these 6 months.
I play on the computer now.
I'm counting the days until we can start again.
Yeah.
Wait for rain.
Be bored.
Oh, yeah, talk about rain.
Oh,
Yay.
What, you guys
You
got
talk
caught in the
about
rain?
What's that?
You said did you say rain? You guys got caught in the rain while shooting?
No, that's our next movie. We're shooting in August.
I'm gonna be in it.
What?
All you're complaining about being an actress for 6 months. Really?
I don't want to do it anymore. Yay, I'm in another movie directed by Tom Brady.
I'm gonna be a cameraman again.
Listen, look, you guys have been amazing, all right? And again, as I said, you got so many fans at the show, and everybody's looking. Todd, you might have to. Todd, listen,
Yeah.
I can hear you, but is there an ETA around the time when people might be able to look for season 2, or you guys don't know yet?
Well, what we're gonna do, Keith, is we're trying to work on raising some money to be able to do season 2, because the scope of season 2 just can't be done with zero funds. I mean, Angie and I did some math a couple weeks ago, and we figured out that how much did we wind up spending?
It was right around 3.
We spent about $3,000 on this of our own money. I'm not doing this again without money. You know? So we're basically looking, because we have a building that we're going to have to rent that's going to double as our set, that is going to be one location for the entire series. And we have actors that we want to bring in. We want to bring Jose back again. We're gonna bring most of our actors back, and pretty much all of our actors back for the second season. But we're gonna do what American Horror Story does and have them play different characters. But we have some actors, Cassandra Bryson from Tennessee, and Mike Akers from Chicago, Jose, and Johnny Rock from Louisiana. We want to get those guys up here, and obviously plane tickets cost money, so we're looking at trying to raise about $50,000 to be able to do season 2. So, and we're also we're not gonna shoot on weekends. We're gonna take like 2 months and shoot every day and get it knocked out.
Billy, he's like,
Billy's over here going, I don't know if I'm gonna be be able to do that.
Look, everybody on the field is now, so you already know, make room.
Yep. So anyway, so that's what we want to do for season 2 is we're going to need to get some money to make sure that season 2 happens, because we literally, because of the toll, literally the toll that it took on all of us. I mean, Billy works nights, and Billy would go and work his 8 or 10 hour shift on Graveyard and then show up with 0 sleep and shoot 12 hours with us, go home, take a shower, and go back to work and do another 8 or 10 hours, and then show up the next day. He'd go like 3 days with no sleep.
Sleep in the car.
And a lot of us did. A lot of us did. It took a big toll having to have our 8-hour job and shoot this show. And I don't want to have to do that again. It really took a toll on all of us because everybody worked.
The thing I don't understand is why the show had to air on at 10 o'clock, which I was awake.
Because that's the only place I could buy time at.
I don't work
Not
at
8
10 o'clock
o'clock
on
when I
this
go to
every
bed.
episode.
That would have been like
Still, so
sassy.
You know what? I think that's still a pretty good time, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 10 o'clock is a good time. That's good. That's good monster movie, Saturday night monster movie time. You know.
No, it is
Right.
not.
Now, you know, as you guys say about raising, you know, kind of echoing about raising money for the next film. Listen, I think you guys would do great. There's a lot of people supporting you and behind you. I know I'm supporting you as well. I will support you as well.
Thank you.
And I want all of you and everybody to know, and you especially, Todd, whenever you guys decide to do your campaign to get ready to shoot and film and whatever, what have you, make sure you let us know, because we're gonna push this. We're gonna push this. We want to see all you guys back on set again and doing your thing. And I want to compliment you all, because when you guys said you did this with $3,000, I'm still amazed, because you all put out a show that looked well worth more than $3,000. I mean, I'm no movie maker, but you guys did an amazing job with that budget. I can only imagine what you would do with $50,000 or $100,000.
Yep.
Oh, you have no idea, Keith. You have no idea what we'd be able to do with that money. First thing we're gonna do is buy Billy a bed.
I'm gonna live at the set for 2 months.
Again, look, I want to extend another congratulations on you guys' success, and of course we wish you all continued success. I'd love to have you come back on the show anytime. Make sure make sure we stay in contact so you can get those songs over to me, because we're gonna put those in rotation. If we can have your music and the Surviving the Undead music constantly playing.
Sounds good.
Right on.
As well. Now, look, I have to do this. I know there's a lot of you guys, but I want each and every one of you that want to give shout outs, because you know a lot of people are gonna see this, so I gotta do my shout out session. Any shout outs you all want to give?
Well, to Kiara and Sierra who aren't here.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Kiara and Sierra couldn't be here tonight. Kiara got sick. She's our actress that plays Deb, and Sierra, who plays Serena, our FBI ass kicker, and Jim too, the scientist. Sierra and Jim had to work, and Kiara got sick. So.
And Jose.
And Mr. Jose.
Miss you, Jose.
Right. Yeah. Jose will be watching. Now,
Anybody
listen,
else?
And I know the scientist is going to see that. So first of all, big shouts out to Serena and the character there. But the scientist, I know he's going to be watching this, and I want that scientist to know that idea he came up with to put Natty on the roof was just ridiculous. Now, but also on a serious note, I want to compliment him on his acting as well. He did a wonderful job, a great job. You know, just from the beginning all the way to the end, where he was kind of playing both sides of the fence. He did a wonderful job. Yeah. Everybody did a great job. The creators, the camera people, and the zombies. Listen. You guys did an amazing job. I don't know how you kept and kept that up for so long. Let me ask you a question.
I did yell at them
Did
a
it
lot.
get tiring at any point?
Did it get tired?
Did it get tiring?
No.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So
Hurt the throat a
let me
little
ask you
bit.
this question.
I guess I'm a natural.
He said you're natural. Look, would you could you have stood to have bitten anybody or anything like that?
I did.
I actually did.
I bit Brienne by accident.
Yeah, it was a dead body, and he chewed on my leg.
I got the arm.
I actually bit her too.
He did.
killed me.
It hurt.
He killed me.
Oh, wow! So you were the one of the zombies up front that was actually killing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean and Billy were.
That's right, and you too. Holy moly! Look, Todd, and you picked almost the two biggest guys.
Two.
Well, there was a reason for that, because A, they were big, and B, because they had been there so many times and Taylor knew who they were. Again, like I said earlier, she could trust them, and that was a big deal. I was putting this little kid on a very steep garage, and we had to have people underneath her that she could trust. So.
Right.
Because obviously Jeremy.
Now, do any of you that have done any acting plan on continuing a career? Like, is this the start off for any of you guys?
Hope so.
I've been throwing my application around for just extra parts for years, but since I only have one part as an audience participant with the Rocky Horror Picture Show at college, that's like the only real experience I ever had. So now with this, it might actually help get me noticed, and because I did that fight scene with these guys catching me once and one time using the pad. Every time else it was hitting the ground, and actually had her punching me and hitting me. So I'm trying to add all that stuff into my resume, saying I can take a hit.
Help me.
Maybe somebody will see it. I'll become the next Vin Diesel.
What about you, Brianne and Taylor? You guys are fairly young, and assuming you're new at this, could you see yourselves possibly want to continue a career as actresses?
I think Brianne's been in every single Todd Rayleigh movie ever.
I think so too.
Say that again, Sarah.
I think Brianne's been in every single Todd Rayleigh movie ever.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Since she was about three, Keith, she's been in everything that I've done since she was about 3 years old.
Okay, well there you go then. So you're not new at this. You know exactly what you're doing. That explains a lot of being able to come around. Wow. How about any what about you, E?
Oh yeah. If not the acting part, definitely the sound part, the audio, the scoring. I'm already looking at new shotgun mics, the whole 9 yards. Yep.
Hey Todd.
Yeah.
We might have to talk, because I'm not too good at the audio over here on this end, man. So I might have to.
You know what? Solo is the hookup, man. That's if you need the sound and you need it to be right, that's the guy to do it. I wouldn't trust anybody else with my music or my sound outside of my wife and Sarah. Sarah and my wife have both run sound. Sarah ran sound on a couple of movies that I've done in the past, and then Angie, when Solo couldn't be there when Solo was in front of the camera, Angie was back behind the camera running the sound. So, but I mean, as a sound guy and as a music guy, I wouldn't trust anybody. Seriously, would not trust. I say this not because he's in the room. I would not trust anybody else with that stuff except for him.
Absolutely. Listen, it's been a wonderful time talking to you all, and I'm glad that everyone gets to see you all. I know that people are going to be excited to see this show as well. I want everyone also to know. Listen. Let everybody know also the YouTube page that they can go to check out the past episodes of Surviving the Undead. If you want to give any shout outs, where people can, follow you on your Facebooks, your Twitters, or anything like that.
Let me see. Well, the Facebook page is Surviving the Undead dash television series, and the YouTube page is actually going to be coming down on Friday because we are getting ready to put it on Amazon.com, and it's going to be available for digital download in September as a mini series, actually. So we're not able to put individual episodes, so I'm going to be combining episodes. 1, 2, and 3 will be its own entity. 4, 5, and 6 will be its own entity, and then the final episodes will be its own entity. So it'll be Surviving the Undead parts 1, 2, and 3.
Wow, that's going to be. Listen, that's.
So we went from a television show to a mini series. I think that's pretty awesome.
You know what? That is amazing. And Todd, you remember, when we spoke a while back, we've done a few shows now together, and
right.
I remember when you were talking about, when you guys were getting ready to put the show out, and just watching, how successful it was and just how good the show has been. And how long ago was that, Todd, when we spoke? I know the second time was the other day, but I think it's been like maybe 5 months? Was it 5, 6 months?
Probably about 4 months ago. We had just started. We were about a month and a half, 2 months into filming.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got. Listen, how long were some of the days on set for you all?
Terrible. 14.
14 hours.
Really not that
Tiring.
It wasn't that bad?
No.
No?
I mean, compared to Silence, no, not really.
Pancake squeaks, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so, you guys, go ahead.
I hate syrup.
It was a behind-the-scenes joke that we developed. After one of the arguments that Deb and I had, we spent the rest of the day just kind of giving each other a hard time. Well, the blood we used was syrup with red food coloring in it at first.
Yes.
That was terrible.
And
my friend Destiny got covered in it.
Deb didn't have a scene on one of the days that I had to do something. I can't remember what the scene was, but I had to get blood put on me, and she was just chilling, helping out and everything, making fun of the fact that I smell like pancakes. Well, when I got done, I wiped it off the side of my neck and just smeared it on her face. But she had to go get it taken off, but everybody else noticed that she smelled like syrup and pancakes first.
So
then
we started.
Brienne found out apparently if you, tickled or...
You just poke her in the side and it sounds like you stepped on a dog, like a chihuahua. It's like the yelp. So if you poke her in the side, she squeaks.
And that's how we made pancake squeaks.
So it became, her nickname was Pancakes, and then we had a little tally every weekend of how many times pancakes would squeak.
And we
Oh wow! So you guys did that to Deb like almost all the time?
Oh, they were doing it constantly. I had to tell them to stop it sometimes. Sometimes it was like, okay, guys, nobody is allowed to touch Deb anymore. Leave her
And
alone.
we just kept on touching her and Todd got mad.
Wow.
We're like, touch.
Listen, to kind of go back to the show, I'll speed up a bit because I know it's been a while for you guys. Get emotional at all at the end when you all were shot in the back like that?
Yeah. It was really hard actually. I think it was harder for her because she had to talk. All I had to do was scream. So she had to put a lot of the emotion into her voice instead of her facial expressions. So, yeah, I think it was harder for her than it was for me.
Well, and that was one of the first things that they filmed. I mean, they actually, because Jose was out here, they filmed that, 4 months ago. So it wasn't just shot. I mean, they hadn't spent 6 months together yet. They'd only spent together like a month, maybe. So they had formed this bond really quickly. And it was actually the whole crew did. They formed a bond really quickly. But Kira and Brienne, it just became like, they did become like siblings where they loved each other from the get-go. But that was early on in filming that.
Okay, you know what? That's interesting because I thought you guys were actually sisters.
We get that a lot, actually.
Wow, that's amazing. Listen, thank you all for, thank you guys for, for coming out and talking to us. It's been wonderful. Look, I can't wait for the whole world to check it out and see you guys. It's going to be awesome and amazing. Are you Taylor? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor or Taylor?
Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Taylor. Are you gonna do some work on season 2 as well? Are you be helping create that also?
I hope so. Yeah, that would be awesome to get more involved. Yeah.
That would be great. All right. Well, listen, I hope to see all of you there. I was telling Todd, as a matter of fact, going into season 2, one thing that got me about what was happening to even so many people getting killed off is I'm thinking, wow, these are all our favorite characters. Like, we want you all to come back again. You know what I mean? Don't take all the good people out like that. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
Oh,
She's being dramatic.
Who killed the child? Me. The only child.
We are not forgetting.
Well, he didn't kill him. We did.
He just put you in place.
Same way.
But listen, guys, it's been wonderful talking to you. Look, I look forward to talking to you all again. I want to listen. Give you all a self. Todd.
Yeah.
Big hand. Big hands. Everybody out there. Listen. Make sure you come back and see us. Everybody out there all across the land, you're tuned into the Keith Harris Show. I'm your host, Keith Harris. And listen, this is the cast of Surviving the Undead. Right here.
Bye.
We'll be talking to you guys soon. Listen, you continue having fun. Look, when I get a chance to get out to Colorado, okay, please try to be in regular civilian clothing.
Hey, I don't know about my cast, but I think Keith Harris needs to have a role in Surviving the Undead season 2.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, listen, I'd be honored to do that. All right.
All right.
Listen, I'll be a zombie. I'll be whatever it takes. But I will tell you one particular thing that I would love to do if I end up in there.
What?
Beat up
I'm
Bert.
gonna take out Reynolds.
You can be his instead.
Yeah, him too. Right, Reynolds and everybody who mess with you guys now.
I went rogue after everything, so I'm off the map.
Bert just disappeared.
Me and Billy can always pull you off a roof.
I'll catch you.
What did you say?
Me and Billy can always pull you off a roof.
Don't catch you.
I'm worried about you guys. Y'all, please don't do me like y'all did E.
We've got between the two of us, we got a pretty big appetite.
It's been nice knowing you.
Listen, everybody, it's been fun, and we'll be talking to you all again.
Thank you for having us.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Keith for having us, man.
We'll be talking to you guys soon.
Good night.
Nice.
First of all, we'd like to welcome everyone to the new time slot. All right, 10 to 12 Eastern, 7 to 9 Pacific. What's going on, everybody out there all across the land? Of course, you're tuned into the #1 station on the net, Hotline Radio. This is the Keith Harris Show, and of course,